Trump administration comes out, and I think they said something the other day. They said, why don't we just cancel all those? Well, let the free market figure that all out. Well, that obviously is going to put a big chill on the affordable housing world that had basically built a regulatory environment that believes that that the path to creating affordable housing is expanding the Section 8 programs, right? So that's laying out all the problems, and I think it might make some sense to talk about solutions. Actually, that would be something that I want to talk more about, is let's talk about how to solve some of these problems. So we've talked a little bit about how there are the regulatory environment in Los Angeles has made it such that it's very hard on one hand to build market rate housing, and very easy to build affordable housing, but through market channels, not the traditional tax credit style of affordable housing. We're talking about market rate based affordable housing projects that are utilizing incentives that the mayor's office has directed the building department to follow, that completely subvert the existing regulatory environment, which there are elements of it that I really appreciate, and I applaud the mayor for thinking aggressively about how to address this. But here's where it falls, where it misses a major big idea, okay? And the major big idea is this: if you want housing, then the more we can deregulate the environment for building housing, the more we're going to be able to create creative solutions that are organic, that match the market more appropriately. Myself, I'm really intellectually engaged in the idea of how do we create affordable housing market rate for the aspirational part of our society. So that is to say, people who are folks that are trying to get ahead, that are moving from one socioeconomic tranche to the next. How do we move people that want to move up? And how do we provide housing that does that? So it needs to be affordable on its front end. It has to be, respect a certain. It's got to be safe. It's got to respect human decency. It's got to be relatively nice, because anyone who's self-respecting themselves and wants to move up in the world, they don't want to live a life of victimhood. So the place has got to be clean. Everything's got to look nice, right? So we need to be able to, as landlords, we need to be able to run. How do we create that? Is landlords have got to be empowered to take care of their property and do the right thing, right? And so by empowering landlords, you're going to find the bad apples, okay? And we're not going to be able to get rid of that. But I have been brokering apartment buildings for almost 20 years in Los Angeles, and I will tell you that the mom and pop operators are not the enemy. They are not the enemy. In fact, they are by and large getting out of the business, and they are selling to large corporations because regulation makes it too hard for them to manage their apartments. They got into it at a time when there was no rent control and very, very few regulations.